Welcome back to SnowRunner, everybody. So I know I might have said that this episode would be a wheel episode, but it's definitely not. So we're just gonna play for a bit and see what all we can get done here. I do plan on trying to get these tasks completed, so like I had said in the previous episode, let's deliver this generator. It's just, it's the afternoon when I'm recording this. My wife's home. She's not feeling very good, so she's in the bedroom taking a nap. My youngest is taking a nap. My oldest is at school. So I just have a little bit of time here. And it just, you know, saves me from having to try to record at night, too. But, I don't know, typically at night is when I'll use my wheel, but I don't know. This way I can, you know, if I do have time to record later tonight when everyone else is in bed, I can just, you know, I can record Spider-Man now because I would have gotten this recorded. And then, who knows, maybe I'll even still have some time and I can record another episode of SnowRunner with my wheel. So this is just kind of like a little bonus time for me. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It just really all depends on the day. I mean, I don't think anyone really cares if I use my wheel or not. The only difference is the episode is longer when I use my wheel, but we might go a little longer than 30 minutes today, so we'll see. We'll just see how things are going. Like I said, I would like to get these final tasks completed on this map. I know there's, I think, like one that I'm not going to have unlocked, which I'm not really sure how I unlock that one, but we'll figure that out when we get to it. But I want to get all the tasks that are visibly on the map that I can do now, which I think we have whatever 4 are left currently. Shit. I think there's actually 5 left, but one of them isn't showing up on the map anywhere, so I don't really, I'm assuming it's locked by some contract or something. But we've gone around and fixed all of the roads, so we have all the bridges fixed. As far as I know, there's only one road we can't get through, which I'm assuming might be the task that is not available right now. And that's over by the one, kind of like the opposite corner of where we are now, like way over there. There's like a pipeline that's broken and it's blocking the road. I don't know if we ever do get to fix that or not. Sometimes there's things on the map that you just don't get to fix that looks like something that would be fixable. But yeah, it seems like it would be something that you would fix because it's like literally blocking like a main road, and like, I don't know, it just seems like it would be something that would be fixed, that you could use that path to maybe, you know, speed things up a little bit. But at the same time, there's often things that they do that on purpose so that you have to drive the long route. So I don't know, like Maine is a great example. There's a freaking sawmill that you have to use a lot towards the end of the region of Maine for like some of the final contracts, and it's like literally right beside the garage, and there's a bridge there, but you can never fix that bridge. It's not a repairable bridge, and you can go down beside it, like go down into like a little ravine and up the other side, but it's a pain in the ass. And depending on the truck you're using, do I have fuel? Oops, what am I doing? Yeah, my stuff's full. Depending on what truck you're using, you know, your chances of flipping there are very, very high if you're in a truck that likes to roll over. So, you know, it's just one of those things where like at the end, towards the end of that map, I have the bridge layer mod in my like mod, whatever, like my subscribed mods. I don't have it on right now because I don't typically use it. But for that specific issue there, I was so tired of driving all the way around through like that really muddy bog area in front of the garage that I just laid a bridge there and drove across the bridge. And I don't really feel bad about it because it actually worked out really well. But like I said, I would only use that in those kind of situations. I wouldn't bother doing it if it was, you know, I just had to go that way once or whatever. Alright, so cargo container needs to be delivered to the weather station, which actually we're right over here, so we'll just go grab that. And then deliver it to the weather station. I should probably pick up a trailer again while I'm over here. There's a trailer store over here, I think. We'll grab that. I mean, this may not be the most efficient task to do right now, but it feels like it because we're kind of close to this cargo container pickup area, so we might as well just do it. But like I said, I believe there's a trailer store over here, so I'll pick up a trailer again. And I'll just check over the other tasks and see if there's something else I can pick up over in this area so we don't have to run back over here. But I do need to get a trailer, and I believe there's a trailer store on the other side here. There's a couple of these big utility trailers. Like there's one right here, and then there's one over by that broken pipeline that I was talking about. I really wish there were categories in this trailer store. Like a sideboard bed, a sideboard trailer category, a semi-trailer category. You know, like a hitch trailer category, a semi-trailer category, and then it could even have like sideboard trailer, flatbed trailer. And like it would just be easier. Things would be a little bit more you just wouldn't have to scroll through like 100 trailers, especially if you have trailer mods. God, that list can be so long. Olsom's Trailers is the only trailer mod I use. I do have another one that I'll occasionally turn on if necessary, but I don't use that too often. Alright, let's see. Restoring communication. Sky's the limit. We need the metal beams, which is over there. I mean, I guess we could do that. It makes sense since we're over here. We might as well go pick up the metal beams. I hate this road over here, though. It sucks, dude. But we might as well go pick up these metal beams, and then we can drop those off on our way to the weather station. And then after the weather station, we can go pick up the service spare parts, because we'll be over there. See, I'm trying to do this a little efficiently so that we can get these all done. Yeah, I hate this road. It's such a pain in the ass. Even with this truck that's borderline overpowered. Because this is a modded 605R, so it's, you know, it's not the vanilla one. Which the vanilla one is still very powerful, but you know, I have like the modded engine in here, and I believe it's more powerful than the regular one. I mean, this truck can still get stuck. You can see it still slows down a lot in certain things. And I still do use vanilla trucks, and I do get them stuck, so it's not, you know. I just really like this truck. It's like my favorite truck. Like, I won't play the game without using this truck. I know there's people out there that don't like mods, and that's totally fine if that's the way you want to play your game. I would care less if someone played the game with freaking flying vehicles. I mean, I know there are no flying vehicles, but like, you know, I wouldn't care if they find that fun. Good for them. I do need to use the Kenworth some. It's still up on top of the freaking ski resort. I only do need one. Right. Yeah. These are the only two I have that are active right now. So I'm pretty sure I think there's one more on the map somewhere that I can pick up. And then the other one, I just don't know where it is. I could be wrong, I don't remember. It's been a couple days since I've played SnowRunner. I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving if you're American. I also hope you're excited for Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. I know I am. Mostly because we have a really big surprise for our boys. My oldest has been asking to go on a cruise for like ever. Ever since like he knew what a cruise was. And like of course he wants to go on a Disney cruise, and they're, you know, real expensive. But we managed to find one for a pretty good price, and we've had it booked now for a couple months, and he doesn't know about it. So that's one of their big gifts. So obviously they're not gonna get a whole bunch of stuff from us for Christmas this year. I mean, we're still going to get them some things, but really their main big thing is the cruise, which is real soon. It's in like January. So that's another reason why we didn't tell him, because he would be like asking like how much longer every day. So at least once he finds out on Christmas, it'll only be like, you know, a month. So, but he's going to be real excited about it. I know that. But yeah, I've got my whole house decorated. Like I had said before in a previous video, we tend to put our trees up. We have 2 trees. Technically we have 3. We have our main tree, which is in like our living room where I'm sitting right now in front of my TV. And then we have another tree, another like full-size tree that is in our kitchen. And then we have, that's kind of like our fun tree. That's like where we put all of our, like, we kind of have this tradition when we go on like a vacation, we get a Christmas ornament. So like that tree has all of our like vacation Christmas. Alright, sorry about that. My doorbell rang. I don't know if you heard my HomePod go off, but I like looked at my Ring doorbell, and there was a guy with a hard hat from the power company, so I was like, I should probably answer this. And he was like, I'm going to change my house is pretty old, and he was like, I'm going to change your meter to a digital readout. And he's like, you'll just lose power for a couple seconds, and he's like, it'll take less than a minute. So I was like, okay. So like, I like quickly like closed the game and like turned off my PlayStation, like stopped the recording, so I didn't lose any of that. And like I got it done just in time because he literally turned it off like right after that like PlayStation turned off. I guess we can go this way and drop that off. But in my haste to do that, I didn't quit out of the game, like, you know, return to main menu, so it didn't save, so I had to pick up these beams again and then drive all the way back down that crappy road. But it's whatever. But we're back, and I'm gonna finish this off. I was talking about what, Christmas decorations? Yeah. Okay, so we have our tree in our kitchen, and then, like I said, that's like our fun tree that has all of our, like, you know, vacation ornaments on it, and just any other kind of ornament that we don't want on our main tree, because our main tree is like my wife's pride and joy. It's all like decorated nicely. Anyway, and then my son, my oldest son, my stepmother-in-law, when he was like real little, before we had our second one, bought him a little tiny tree, like a little like 3-foot tree, and that's in his bedroom. And that just like stays decorated. Like I just carry it down to the basement and just put it downstairs. I don't ever do anything. But he like specifically asked to have his tree put up, so I was like, whatever, I guess if you want your tree put up, we'll put it up. But like his little brother doesn't have one, so it's kind of funny. All right. Back to this. So anyway, and then my outside, you know, I just have like some icicles along the front edge of our roof, down the whole front side of our house. And then I have a couple bushes with lights on them, and then we have a couple like little light up things that just like stand there. And then we have an inflatable Santa. I've kind of like grown to like inflatables over the years. I used to think they were super cheesy and like super tacky looking, but I kind of like that now. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just getting older and just don't care, and I just think it's hilarious. But anyway, I bought this little inflatable Santa the other night and brought it home. My wife was like, seriously? And I was like, yeah, but she actually really likes it now. But then we were at Walmart the other day, and we have this thing where like, we just, it makes no sense, but like we like Christmas llamas. And we used to have this one Christmas llama that was just like an indoor like tabletop decoration, and it was like the llama was on skis, and then it had like 3 sloths on his back, and like it even had like reindeer antlers. Like it was the coolest freaking llama ever, and it was like all decked out in like scarves and like lights and everything. It didn't actually light up, but like it was just, you know, it had like lights wrapped around it, and it was just really cool. It was just like a Christmas llama. And my youngest, which last year he was not even 2, he was like 1. He'll turn 3 in February. But he broke it because like he thinks they're toys. Like most kids think Christmas decorations are toys. And he broke it, so we don't have that anymore. And we do have another little like llama ornament thing that sits out, but it's just not the same. But anyway, we can't find, like, we got that stuff at Hobby Lobby like years ago, and we can't find any more Christmas llama stuff. We actually have like a little like picture that hangs up on our wall that says fa la 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 llama. It's just, it's so stupid, but like we just think it's hilarious. So but we were at Walmart, we found an inflatable Christmas llama, so I was like, we have to buy it. Like, you know, no question, we're buying this inflatable llama. So we bought it, and now it's up in our front yard, and it looks hilarious. So, do you have any, you know, funny Christmas traditions or just goofy things you do during Christmas? Like another goofy thing that my family does is like we'll go get like milkshakes from like, you know, anywhere you can get milkshakes, you know, doesn't really matter. And then we like drive around through neighborhoods at night and like look at Christmas lights. Like that's another thing. Like my son wants to do it every single year. Like he pretty much came up with that tradition, so we do it every year. It's just one of those things. It's curious if you have any fun traditions or just goofy things you do during Christmas. Let me know. Maybe you do the same thing as me. Maybe you like Christmas llamas, you know? But yeah, I love the Christmas season. I love the decorations. I don't know. Our house just looks so nice during this time of year. My wife does a really good job with decorating stuff and picking things out. But like whenever Christmas goes away, I feel like our house is just so like bland. Not that like we don't have like just normal decorations and like pictures up. We do, but I don't know. It's just something about Christmas. Like it just makes you feel like homey. I don't know. I guess this was the best way to go. I'm gonna have to. Well, no, because I would have had to drive up the. Well, I could have done that. But we're already this far, we're just gonna keep going. This truck would make it up that hill, no problem. I didn't really think about that. It's fine. Either way, we're gonna get this done, and then we're gonna take those service spare parts over as well, which actually, we should probably go pick those up now, and then we can just drive down that way and come down the ski slope and then drop off those service spare parts. I think that's probably the most efficient way of going about this. So we'll do that first. We'll go pick up these service spare parts. I'm gonna be honest with you here too. I could have definitely recorded with my wheel right now. I really didn't feel like driving it upstairs. I'm setting it all up. Straight up. Oh god, don't. That isn't exactly how I wanted to turn around, but it'll work, I guess. Okay. Now what's the best way? Probably that other bridge, not this bridge. I'm good on fuel, I just refilled it up at the other one. And we still have all our reserve fuel, so fine. This episode's definitely going to be a little bit longer than usual, because we're already about 25 minutes total here. Because this is a separate clip. I had to stop the recording, as I said, because of the utility worker that came to my house. But it's, you know, that only took like literally a minute. Like my power flicked off and flicked back on, and then I started recording again, so. It's a good thing though that I answered my door, because I don't typically answer my door. But he definitely looked like he was important to answer the door for, especially because I saw his truck sitting out in the street. So I knew he was like a legitimate person, and I pay my electric bill to the company he works for, so I should probably answer the door. But if he would have done it without, like, I mean, I don't think he would. I think he has to ring the doorbell. But if he would have done it without ringing the doorbell, I would have lost the whole first part of this recording. I would have had to, you know, my PlayStation would have turned back on and been like, this PlayStation was not turned off correctly. Not that that really matters. That happens all the time if you lose power. But, like, I would have been pretty pissed to lose my recording. That's for sure. Another thing that I find really strange about the recording function of... I assume it was like this on PlayStation 4 too. I never really recorded much on my PlayStation 4. Because obviously I wasn't really doing the whole YouTube thing back then. But whenever you, like, if you're if you're actively recording and you just like quit the game without stopping the recording, it'll just completely delete the recording. It makes no sense. Like, you would think it would just cut the recording and save it. Nope, completely deletes it. Same thing for if your game crashes, it'll just completely delete the recording. It won't just like cut the recording off where it crashed and save it. It'll just completely delete the recording, which I just don't I don't understand. I can understand like the background recording, like, because, you know, the PlayStation's always recording your gameplay. Like, you can save like up to the last hour of gameplay. But like, I could understand that being like not usable or whatever. But like, if I'm actively, like, I manually set to record and the game crashes, it should just, whenever the game crashes, it should just cut the recording and save that clip. Like, it just doesn't make sense why it doesn't work that way. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know. I really wish you had more freedom to just record on the PlayStation as well. It's really annoying that, like, it doesn't record the trophy pops. It makes a separate clip of the trophy, and then I have to, like, clip that into my videos. Like, I literally will, like, cut it at a certain point and then go, like, frame by frame and splice it in. So, like, typically I can do it pretty well where you don't even notice anything. Sometimes it's kind of hard. You'll hear, like, a little audio blip, or there will be, like, a little like noticeable jump in the smoothness of the video. But for the most part, I can get them in pretty seamlessly. But I just wish it would just record those, like, baked into the recording. I don't understand why it doesn't. It doesn't really make any sense. I don't know, I think Sony's reasoning behind it is, like, for spoilers, but I just, like, with the, as popular as, like, playing games and recording them and putting them on YouTube is, I just feel like that's a really dumb reason. I don't know. I just think it's silly, but maybe someday that'll change, but I doubt it. And then I also just think it's weird that, like, I can't take screenshots of, like, my trophy list. I can't take screenshots of, like, my profile. And it's like, I understand they do that for, like, privacy reasons, but, like, let me control my own privacy, you know? I never really understood that. Like, great, thank you, but I can manage my own privacy. If I want to take a screenshot of my trophies or, like, my profile or whatever, or, like, record my home screen, like, let me deal with blocking my name out or whatever, or just don't record my name, you know, like, put my, I feel like it wouldn't be that hard. Apple already does this with things. If you have an iPhone, go into your, if you store your passwords and, like, your password keychain on your phone, which it's super encrypted for one, so if you don't do it because you're afraid someone could get all your passwords, they can't. It's incredibly encrypted. I mean, I'm sure someone could figure it out, but it's pretty unlikely. It is incredibly encrypted. The only way that you can unlock your passwords is with your Face ID, or I guess Touch ID if you still have a Touch ID. You cannot use your password. It will not let you use your password to unlock your passwords, like your phone's password. So don't, like, oh, someone knows my someone knows how the password to unlock my phone, so they can just see all my passwords then. No, they can't, unless they literally, like, scan your face or your finger. They they can't see your passwords. It will not show your passwords any other way. So, but then also another cool feature, if you do store your passwords, open it up and like bring up, you know, pick any password, whatever, it doesn't matter, to where it shows you the password on the screen, and then take a screenshot. It will take a screenshot, but your password and username will be completely blank. So like it's possible to do that, to where you could, like, the recording could just either blank out your real name, or the recording could just replace your real name with your PSN ID. Like, I don't think that would be that difficult to do. Again, I don't know anything about coding or whatever, but I just feel like that wouldn't be that hard to do. So, like I said, Apple already does it with their screenshots of things that they don't think you should be taking screenshots of. So, I don't know. No, it's possible. It would just make my life so much easier, because I don't have a PC to be able to record gameplay. I just use my PlayStation for it. And like, I even just use Share Factory to, like, you know, add my intro and outro and whatever else, and then just export it straight to YouTube. And it actually is kind of convenient to do that. Now, if I had a better computer, I would probably just, you know, save all the clips to like a USB and then put it on my computer and edit it that way. But this works for now, and I'm okay with it. So I just wish I didn't have to do the whole like splicing trophies thing and all the other crap. Like, that's a lot of the reason why I have my PSN profile linked in my description, because if you want to see my trophy list, that's the best way to see it. Just because I can't show you in a video, because I can't record that section of the PlayStation. It just won't let you. But yeah, and the only things I have hidden on PlayStation profiles are games that I have 0% trophies for, because on the PlayStation you can remove games that have 0% trophies unlocked for you. Like, say you opened a game but you never popped a trophy, the trophy list will still be in your list of trophies, but it's at 0%, and you can delete those. Like, you can remove 0% trophies, but PSN profile still shows them. So I just have any game with 0% hidden, just so that it, you know, it doesn't affect my stats or anything on PSN profiles. And not that I really care that I have games at 0%, but sometimes my son will open games on my profile, and then it obviously adds it to my trophy list, and it's kind of annoying. He has his own profile, but he just oftentimes forgets to switch. So that happens sometimes, but it's not a big deal. I do plan on, once I'm done with all of the Assassin's Creeds, ooh, this is a very strange hill. Once I'm done with all the Assassin's Creeds, I plan on trying to go back through some of my games on my profile that I can 100% or platinum, and work on doing that. There are some games that I will just never go for. Mainly some that come to note are F1 2022. I will never get the platinum in that game because of the multiplayer. I don't care enough to grind that out, and also I just am not that good at the game to where it would really even be possible for me to do. And then same thing goes with Gran Turismo Sport. That's another one. I really like Gran Turismo, and I am actually pretty good at it, but it again also has multiplayer trophies, and I'd have to do that like now, because the servers are shutting down for that game at the end of December this year. So chances are you won't be able to get those online trophies, and unless they get patched out, which they almost never do, I will never platinum that game. So I'm not worried about any other trophies in that game either, and I'm just going to ignore those. Binding of Isaac, that's a game I would love to have the platinum for, but it's just so hard, and I'm just really not that good at it. I mean, I'm decent at it, but I'm not, like, I don't know, it's just something I'm just gonna have to continue to work on over the years until I can eventually get it. And the problem is I have all of the DLC. Like, I own Repentance, I own all of it. So like, and I never platinumed the game before that. If you just have the base game, I believe it still would work this way. If you just only have the base game, the platinum is so much easier than having, like, you know, Rebirth is the base game, instead of having like Afterbirth and Repentance and all that stuff. And the reason is because the other 2 DLCs added a whole bunch more characters, a whole bunch more items, and especially to get the platinum, you have to complete everything as the Lost, and you have to get every item that the Lost has, and that involves, you know, beating every single boss that's in the game, like the end bosses in the game. And the Lost is already hard enough. And like I said, I'm just not that good at the game to be that consistent with the Lost. And I mean, I have done some of the posted stamps with the Lost, but there's just a lot that I still have to do, like Mega Satan, Hush, Delirium, like some of the harder bosses. And I don't know. I'll play it for a little while, and then I'll just give up because I get tired of it. I'll move on to something else. So it is a game I would love to have the platinum. I would love to get Dead God, or whatever the 100% completion of the game is, because I love that game. It's like one of my favorite games. It's just very hard. So like that's another one that I'm not super concerned with. But then there's a lot that are on my list that, like, games my son opened, like monster truck games. I'll just do those because they'll be really easy to get and just get them up to 100%. But like, I don't know, it's kind of something I want to do. I want to get my completion percentage up higher than where it's at. It's at 60% right now, which isn't horrible, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't really care that much about having like a perfect 100% PSN profile. That's not really what I mean by 100% completion gamer. It's just typically with newer games that I play, I complete them to 100%, which means, and doesn't mean I complete the game to 100% specifically, but I get 100% of the trophies. So I have the 100% completion on PSN profiles trophy-wise. I don't really care that much about, like, for instance, like a lot of the Assassin's Creed games, getting all the trophies is still a chore, but like you don't have to do every single thing in the game. Like you don't have to do all of the side content. You don't have to do a lot of that stuff, especially with the newer Assassin's Creeds. They kind of stopped doing that, where you have to like complete everything and do like the 100% synchronization. Like that all kind of ended with Syndicate. But even with Syndicate, there's some missions that you get after the game finishes for the Queen, and I never did those because they weren't, I didn't need to, they weren't gonna give me a trophy, and I just didn't care enough. I did like Syndicate, but I just didn't care enough to do that. So that's what I mean by 100% completion gamer, if I never explained it. Alright, so let's see here. I don't see any other tasks on this map. So all that's left is the races, which I'll have to use the 750 for those. I mean, I don't have to, I just prefer to. Okay, so what is... How many do we have? 2. Pipe replacement. See, that's gotta be... That's gotta be the one that I'm talking about, and then it gave way. Those both. Let there be oil is another one. Yeah, so they must be locked behind some contract. So I'll probably start out next episode doing those races just to get them done. Because are those the only ones? Yeah, there's just the 2 races. So we'll do that. Or the contests, not races. We'll do those in the next episode. And then we'll just start working on some contracts, I guess. But like this over here is what I'm talking about. Like this road you can't go through. And like it's a main road. But like you can't get through there because those pipes are broken. And then there's these ones over here are also broken. So I don't know. I'm assuming that's locked behind some contracts, so we'll figure that out once we do some contracts, and yeah, that'll be it. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it's a little short, and I know it's not a wheel episode, but hopefully that's okay. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.